100 students are given a maths problem to solve. The time taken to solve the problem are tabled as follows. So we have time in minutes along the top row and number of students along the bottom row. So 13 students took between 10 and 14 minutes to solve the problem. 28 students took between 14 and 18 minutes to solve the problem. 26 students took between 18 and 22 to solve the problem. 21 students took between 22 and 26 minutes to solve the problem, and 12 students took between 26 and 30 minutes to solve the problem. Note that 14 to 18 means 14 is included and 18 is not, etc. So, for example, if a student took exactly 18 minutes, they would go to solve the problem, they would go into this interval here, 18 to 22, and not 14 to 18. So what we have to do is use mid-interval values, or midpoint values, to estimate the mean of the distribution, and hence estimate the standard deviation from the mean. And you have to give your answer to 2 decimal places. So we're going to summarize the work as follows in this table. So we start off with MIV, which stands for mid-interval value. So remember, to find the mid-interval value, we add the values together in the interval and divide them by 2. So 10 plus 14 divided by 2 is 12. 14 plus 18 divided by 2 is 16. 18 plus 22 divided by 2 is 20. 22 plus 26 divided by 2 is 24. 26 plus 30 divided by 2 is 28. So here are our mid-interval values. These are now going to be our x values, or our variables. So our next column has f at the top, which represents frequency. So our first frequency was 13, so that's going to go beside the 12. Our second frequency was 28, that goes beside the 16. Our third frequency was 26, that goes beside the 20. Our fourth frequency is 21, that goes beside the 24. And our fifth frequency was 12, which goes beside the 28. Adding these together, we get 100. Then we have to work out xf. So since the x and the f are stuck together, it means we multiply them. So we're going to do 12 multiplied by 13, which will give us 156. 16 times 28 equals 448. 20 times 26 equals 522. 24 times 21 equals 504. And 28 times 12 equals 336. Then we're going to add these up, and we end up with 1964. So now we're going to get the mean. So it's going to be 1964 divided by 100, which gives us 19.64. So remember, 19.64 is going to be the mean for each step of the question. So next we have to get the deviation, or the difference. So we're going to say 12 minus 19.64, and that gives us minus 7.64. Then 16 minus 19.64 is minus 3.64. Then 20 minus 19.64 is 0.36. Then 24 minus 19.64 is 4.36. And 28 minus 19.64 is 8.36. Next, we have to square each of the differences, or each of the deviations. So minus 7.64 squared is 58.3696. Minus 3.64 squared is 13.2496. 0.36 squared is going to be 0.1296. 4.36 squared is going to be 19.0096. And 8.36 squared will be 69.8896. It's enough to just do 4 decimal places here, but don't round off to anything smaller than that. We do need 4 decimal places, because if we round off too soon, we'll end up with an error in our answer. So next we're going to work out FD squared, so that's the frequency multiplied by the deviation squared, or the difference squared. So it's going to be 13 multiplied by 58.3696 will give us 758.8048. So 13 multiplied by 58.3696 is 758.8048. So it's the frequency times the deviation squared. So all the f's multiplied by all the d squareds. So 28 multiplied by 13.2496 is 370.9888. 26 multiplied by 0.1296 is it's going to be 3.3696. 21 multiplied by 19.1096 is going to be 399.2016. And 12 multiplied by 69.8896 is going to be 838.6752. Again, we want to keep these all to 4 decimal places. Next, we're going to add these up, and we end up with 2371.04. So remember, we were asked to find the estimate of the mean and the estimate of the standard deviation from the mean. So the estimated mean, so x bar, we already actually worked out. So we've had it written down here. So we got that from 1964 divided by 100 gives us 19.64. So we already had that here, but it's good to state it at the end again. And then the standard deviation, what we're going to do is square root the number that we have at the end here, 2371.04. But that has to be divided by 100, which is the total frequency. So 2371.04 divided by 100 is 23.7104. And then we apply the square root and we round our answer off to 2 decimal places, giving us 4.87. Now this is a tricky question. There's an awful lot going on. So the best way to work these is to just learn off how to do them. So it'd be a good idea to practice drawing out this table, not filling in the numbers as such, but just drawing out the table and writing in along the top row there what each step is, and just learning off the table off by heart. Remember, you do have your standard deviation formula to help you out, but working these questions out using a table is probably the best method to use. And again, remember, only round off to 4 decimal places the whole way through the question. Don't round off anymore because you'll have an error in your answer. You can only round off at the very, very end.